The 2025 Aston Martin DB11 is not just a car, it's an evolution of heritage, luxury, and raw performance. When Aston Martin first introduced the DB11 back in 2016, it was a significant leap forward from its predecessor, the DB9. It marked a new era for the brand, combining a bold new design language with a partnership from AMG for performance parts. Fast forward to 2025, and the DB11 has gone through a thorough refresh, subtle on the surface, transformative underneath. First off, let's talk about the looks, because let's be honest, with Aston Martin, design is half the conversation. The DB11 was already a stunning machine, but the 2025 model refines that beauty. The lines are smoother, more defined, and the proportions remain perfectly balanced. At the front, the grille has been subtly reshaped for better airflow and a more aggressive stance. The headlights are slimmer, sleeker, and now feature adaptive LED matrix technology. Around the back, you get revised taillights that echo the lighting signature of the DB12, giving it a slightly more modern edge without straying from the brand's iconic silhouette. Under the hood, the 2025 DB11 continues to offer two engine options, but both have been updated for more power, better response, and improved efficiency. The 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, sourced from Mercedes-AMG, has been retuned by Aston Martin's engineers to produce around 528 horsepower. But the real star remains the 5.2-liter twin-turbo V12, which now makes an exhilarating 671 horsepower, up from the previous version's 630. That's enough to send the DB11 from 0 to 60 in just 3.5 seconds and take it to a top speed of 208 miles per hour. But numbers only tell part of the story. The 2025 DB11 has been extensively reworked under the skin to deliver a more engaging driving experience. The chassis has been stiffened, and the suspension geometry has been revised for better control without sacrificing comfort. Aston Martin is calling this their most dynamic GT yet, and it shows. Whether you're carving up a mountain pass or gliding down a highway, the car feels composed, confident, and endlessly capable. There's also a new electronic limited slip differential, which works with the car's stability systems to give you better traction and agility. The steering has been recalibrated for more feedback, especially in sport mode. It feels quicker, more direct, and makes the car feel lighter than it is. Even though the DB11 weighs in at over 4,000 pounds, it never feels cumbersome. That's the magic of Aston Martin's tuning, it blends grand touring comfort with sports car sharpness in a way that feels utterly natural. Inside, the 2025 DB11 gets one of the most significant updates in years. The old infotainment system, let's be honest, it was outdated and frustrating, is gone. In its place is a completely new interface developed in-house by Aston Martin, running on a 12.3-inch touchscreen with crisp graphics, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and over-the-air update capability. The system is fast, intuitive, and finally feels worthy of the price tag. Voice control is also vastly improved, and there's a new AI-assisted navigation system that learns your driving habits and can suggest routes, fuel stops, and even cafes along the way. The cabin materials are as opulent as ever, with hand-stitched leather, real metal accents, and your choice of open-pore wood, carbon fiber, or piano black trim. The seats are redesigned for more comfort on long drives while offering greater support during spirited driving. Aston Martin even took time to improve the ergonomics, more accessible switchgear, better cup holders, and more usable storage throughout the cabin. Another highlight is the customizable ambient lighting, which can be tailored to match your mood or driving style. It adds a subtle sense of occasion to night driving that elevates the experience. And the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, now standard on the V12 model, delivers rich, immersive audio that's perfect whether you're listening to classical, rock, or just the sweet sound of that twin-turbo V12. Speaking of which, let's return to the engine for a moment. The V12 in the DB11 doesn't just make power, it makes music. There's a new exhaust system that offers a deeper, more sophisticated growl in GT mode, and a full-on roar when you switch to Sport Plus. It's the kind of engine note that sends shivers down your spine and reminds you why you chose an Aston Martin in the first place. And despite ever-tightening emissions regulations, Aston has managed to keep this power plant alive, refined, and thrilling. The 2025 model also sees improvements in ride quality thanks to an adaptive dampening system that now reads the road 500 times per second. That allows it to constantly adjust to surface changes, delivering a smoother, more composed ride over long distances. And for the first time, there's a semi-autonomous driving assist system available, perfect for highway cruising. It keeps the car centered in the lane, maintains distance from other vehicles, and can even bring the car to a complete stop in traffic. It's not about taking the fun out of driving, it's about giving you flexibility when you need it. In terms of practicality, the DB11 remains a 2+2 grand tourer. The rear seats are still best reserved for small passengers or weekend bags, but the trunk space is generous enough for a couple of suitcases, making it ideal for those long weekend getaways. One of the most welcome changes is the new keyless entry and start system, which now uses your smartphone as a digital key. You can lock, unlock, and even remotely start the vehicle using the Aston Martin app. And yes, the app also gives you live diagnostics, geofencing, and a Find My Car feature, all part of the brand's push toward smarter, more connected vehicles. The DB11 continues to sit in a class of its own. Yes, there are competitors, like the Bentley Continental GT, the Ferrari Roma, or even high-end Porsche 911s, but none quite blend the same level of heritage, beauty, and character that the Aston Martin does. The DB11 is more than just a grand tourer, it's a statement. It's for someone who wants presence without pretense, performance without drama, and luxury without losing the soul of driving. And that's the key point. In an age where so many performance cars feel digital, sterile, or over-assisted, the DB11 still feels analog in all the right ways. It rewards the driver. It makes every journey feel special. It's not trying to be everything to everyone, it's trying to be the best version of itself. And in 2025, it might just be. So, whether you're a longtime Aston Martin enthusiast or someone who's simply looking for a truly distinctive GT experience, the 2025 DB11 is worth your attention. It's faster, smarter, more refined, and more thrilling than ever before. This is not just a facelift. It's a rebirth. And for those lucky enough to drive one, it could be the most memorable drive of their lives. Would you like a version of this with background music and voiceover suggestions for a video format?